Hey guys, Retro Badger here. Hope you're all well. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Star Trek Online. The next episode is What's Left Behind.
Admiral Tuvok would like you to join his team as they study the mysterious artifact you found on Vaadwaur Prime. Meet with them in the Nal Shadan system.
Right, okay. What's an Elachi kit module? Subspace rift. Looks like it disrupts enemies' sensors. That could be quite useful, actually.
There's something interesting I'd like...
Let's go. So, we've arrived in the Nal Shadan system. Voyager sends Admiral Tuvok's regards and says they are ready for you as soon as we've moved into transport range. Understood. Let's meet with Voyager. There it is. Ready to transport you to Voyager as soon as you're ready. Let's go to Voyager. Transport complete. Sir Admiral Tuvok has arranged to greet you in the transporter room. He wishes to speak to you about the device we recovered from Gaul. Understood, I'll talk to Tuvok. There he is.
Welcome back to Voyager. We were about to begin studying the device you recovered from Gaul's communication center. Since you have spearheaded much of our efforts here, I would like you to take the lead once again. Captain Kim and 7 of 9 are at your disposal. Talk with them if you need more help deciphering the device. When you finish your analysis, return to me for further orders. I will be here in the transporter room to see you off.
Understood, Admiral. I'll take a look at the device in engineering. What, so he's just going to wait in the transporter room the whole day? Where's he going? Oh, fair enough. He is working. Oh, we get to go to engineering. I don't think we've seen engineering yet. Not in Star Trek Online, anyway. Should be here, shouldn't it? Yep. Wow, look at this. Why is it that whenever they have a really dangerous device that could potentially destroy a sector of space, or who knows, they put it right next to the warp core? Doesn't seem like the smartest move, in my opinion. Where are we going? Are they upstairs? Oh, where's... Ah, there's the elevator, but it doesn't work. Ah, there he is.
Glad you're here. We transported the device to engineering here so we could run all the scans and tests we could think of. The first thing we need to do is determine how it's communicating. We can't find any normal transmissions from it, but we're hoping you have some new ideas to bring to the table.
Yeah, I didn't recognize Harry Kim there because he's got Captain Pips on, and well, I thought that can't be Harry, but yeah, what do you know? Right, let's analyze this thing. You study the device for a while and realise it must transmit a signal of some sort. None of the normal detection modes seems to give any sort of feedback. You decide to investigate some of the more exotic transmission forms. Okay, let's see what happens. So it's not Mirror Universe. Might be used to communicate directly to subspace. Interesting.
The device communicates with subspace. We should have guessed that. Now comes the hard part. We need to access the device's memory core. The engineering team here on Voyager is good, and I've heard your team is top-notch, but it might take more time than we have for either team to make a full analysis. We should have both teams give you their opinions on the device. If we work together, hopefully we can make a breakthrough.
Agreed.
You'll need to set switches on the device until we get solid readings. We'll be able to tell if switches are in the correct position, but not which switches. Good luck.
I'll go set the switches. You have the teams tell me what state the device is in. Okay. So, trial and error, I guess. Oh boy.
The engineering teams are reading big zeros across the board. None of the switches are in the correct orientation. Let's try this again.
Okay.
The engineering teams tell me 2 of the switches are in the correct mode. Unfortunately, we don't know which 2 switches.
Right, okay. It's not going to be as simple as them two, surely. Well, no, it can't be, can it? Because they're all off, so...
The engineers tell me there is only 1 switch.
Okay, so we know... That's correct.
The engineers tell me there is...
That's correct. Hey, that doesn't make sense!
Sir, I've consulted with both the engineers here on Voyager and your chief engineer.
Hey?
I am seeing green across the board. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have access to the primary memory core of the device. Unfortunately, we're only halfway there. Now we need to access the secondary memory core to get full access to the data we need.
I'm a little confused at that last puzzle, because I'm sure they were all off to begin with. Okay, I'll access the secondary memory core. Oh, here we go.
The engineering teams tell me 2 of the switches are in the correct mode.
Ah.
Unfortunately, we don't...
Okay. 2 of them are correct. 1 of them isn't.
The engineers tell me there is only...
Right, okay.
Looks like you did it again. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have full access to the memory core of the device. 7 of 9 should be of assistance in accessing the memory banks of that device. She's in astrometrics, attempting to get a fix on the location of who, or what, is receiving these transmissions.
Excellent. I'll go see 7 of 9. Ooh, the astrometrics lab. But first, I want to take in engineering. This looks cool. It's a pity we can't go upstairs, though. So the elevator doesn't work. Not bad. They've definitely changed it slightly, I think, since the show, which makes sense. It's been updated. So I take it Voyager's not being used as a museum then, in Star Trek Online. Whoa! Hey, that's convenient. Ooh.
We have access to the databanks of the device. Very efficient work. From the data we have received so far, we will be able to pinpoint the exact transmission coordinates. However, it is possible that doing so may alert whomever is on the other end that we have reverse engineered their technology. There are 3 likely ways to get at the information. I suggest further analysis to determine the best course of action.
So we don't want to alert the owners of this device? We've got no choice really, have we? Oh. Alright, so brute force is the way. Your brute force intrusion of the database seems to have done the trick. No unusual activity is detected, and you have a location in real space where you can enter subspace, near the transmission location. The Nal Shaddan system. Okay. Now that you have the location of the transmission's destination point, you should speak to Admiral Tuvok. Right, let's return to Tuvok. Oh, cool. You know what? They've tried to go for a 3D effect there. I like that. Let's get back to Tuvok. Oh, we're dock.
Fascinating. Excellent work. With this location, we may be able to finally reveal who gave the Vaadwaur their advanced technology, and why the neuroparasites appeared again in this time and place. Commander Jarak of the Romulan Republic has requested to join you on this operation. Her own analysis of the device has shown that the Romulans have had some contact with the creators of this device, a race known as the Elachi. She will meet you in subspace at the given coordinates. Finally, Voyager's emergency medical hologram, the Doctor, will be assigned to your crew. His knowledge of the Delta Quadrant races may prove invaluable. He's not much of a combatant, but should prove useful.
Understood, Admiral.
Hello again.
Right, let's Beam back to the ship. Whoa! Where'd he go? Ready to beam you back to the ship, Captain. Cool. So, we've successfully transitioned to subspace. The RRW Lyset should be arriving any moment. Looks like Gaul's communications were going to an Elachi outpost station. It's still active, sir. I'm picking up several Elachi ships in the area. Go to Yellow Alert and keep an eye on those Elachi ships. Whoa!
Greetings. This is Commander Jirok of the RRW Lyset. When we learned that the Elachi were involved, I requested to shadow you on this mission. I know your experience with the Elachi is limited. The Romulan Republic, however, has an extensive history with this race.
Just who exactly are the Elachi?
The Tal Shiar used Elachi to help invade Veronat, a colony made up of Romulan refugees seeking to make a new life for themselves. The two factions worked together to convince Romulan colonies to join the Tal Shiar. It was in spite of this that the Romulan Republic was forged. We fought off the Tal Shiar and eventually made a stand against the Elachi at New Romulus. Many Romulans gave their lives in defense of our new homeworld. But that final defense seemed to quiet Elachi attacks for quite some time, barring the occasional incursion from subspace.
Understood.
Alright, we'll follow your lead here. We're seeing 3 patrol groups. Recommend we eliminate them before we board the station.
Cool. Looks like they keep cloaking? Possibly? They keep disappearing. Wow. Oh. Well, they're using a tractor on us, so we'll use a tractor on them, I guess. Is that mine? Can't really tell. I didn't need to do that, did I? Oh well. So we've got 1 escort ship left. Whoa! Scimitar almost crashed into us. Or should I say the Scimitar-style vessel?
It's odd that Gaul is hunting the Elachi. They don't exactly play well.
Oh, what's
Another
this?
Elachi ship is here to defend the outpost.
Monbosch battleship. Okay. Wow, that's barely having any effect. Crazy. Seems pretty powerful then. Wow. Okay. Let's beam to the station.
Good. You found a breathing apparatus. That should take care of that nasty cough.
We've arrived on the outpost station, sir, and the Doctor has offered to accompany the away team to offer his extensive knowledge of the Delta Quadrant. In addition, Commander Jarrock is taking an away team from the Lyset to another part of the facility. She wants to speak with you before we begin. Commander Jarrock?
I was thinking we should split up and cover as much of the facility as we can, unless you have a better idea.
Doctor, what's your take on the situation?
This is obviously an Elachi facility. What I know about them comes from the Romulan Republic's databases, but I should be able to learn more as we examine this location. The air here is suitable for the Elachi, which means that you may find breathing difficult. I, of course, do not have that problem. If you have an environmental suit, or even some sort of rebreather, you will be fine. If you don't, keep an eye out for something that could help filter out the toxins.
Well, we've already got a suit, so we should be okay. From memory as well, we have... Yeah, we've got like a torch on the front of the suit, of course. Yeah. Well, that's confusing. What are they doing? Wow, look at this place.
These are Solinae tables. I read the Enterprise D's reports about them.
Oh, of course, the Solinae. Oh, gosh. Don't recognize them without their, like, monk hoods on. Ah, they're behind glass, that's why I'm not having any effect. Well, I don't think that's our problem, that's their problem, so fine. Oh, we've got to examine the tables. But which one? That one.
It's the same race you dealt with after using the Iconian gateway on New Romulus. The Solinae kidnap victims through subspace for their brutal experiments. If they are somehow connected to the Elachi and the Vaadwaur, this is beginning to make more sense. If I had to guess, there must be a stasis room nearby. We should find it and rescue anyone in there who can still be saved.
If you didn't catch that at the beginning because there was so much noise, the Doctor was basically just being the Doctor there, and he said, which, if I'm correct, and I always am. So funny. Right. Hang on a second. Ah, hang on a second. They're the Elachi, not the Solinae. That's why I don't recognise them. I thought, because, you know, they're not making their clicky sound, are they? And they weren't in those sort of monk hood type things. I was going to call it a dressing gown, but that's the best I could come up with.
It looks as if they are converting their captives into more Elachi. If my readings are correct, there are several individuals here who have only just begun the conversion process. We can save them if we beam them back to your ship.
Something really bugged me about these Elachi. They're very similar to the Solinae, and I just looked up. They were the aliens in Silent Enemy in Enterprise, that mysterious ship that showed up and kept attacking Enterprise. And they boarded the ship from memory. And phasers were absolutely useless against them. Then they had to overload Enterprise's phase cannons to penetrate the shields of the Elachi ship. I had no idea they were in cahoots with the Solani, though. That's interesting. Very interesting. I just couldn't figure it out. I was just looking at them thinking, I've seen these before, but where? They were pretty creepy, though.
You'll be back on duty before you know it. One to be mine.
In fact, I'm very tempted to look into changing NX-01 in Bridge Commander to see if we can overload its phase cannon. Of course, it'll burn out once you do that, but that'd be pretty cool to see in a battle. I wonder how powerful it would make it.
This is no way for a proud Klingon warrior to go out. We'll patch him up immediately.
Ooh, might not like that. Gosh, we've got quite a few to rescue from the looks of it. Let's see. Ah. Romulan or Vulcan?
We're transporting you to a Romulan ship in orbit. You're going to be fine. Transport the Stalaxian directly to sickbay. Everything will be fine, Mr. Teray. We'll beam you directly to sickbay. Hazari, stay calm. We'll get you the medical attention you need.
There's nobody in there.
A Kazon?
Hey.
Even the Borg won't assimilate to Kazon. Well, the Solanae are definitely involved. I believe I have everything I need from this area. We need to keep moving if we hope to meet up with Commander Jirok. The door is unlocked now. We should keep going.
So the Borg won't assimilate the Kazon. I suppose it's a waste of resources to them, I suppose. But, I don't know, maybe they could take some of their tactics. Or maybe they have assimilated at least one. Oh yeah, look at that. They've got the shield, just like in Enterprise. Beam down our security. Wow. Ah!
This is odd. You sound like you're in a Solanae lab, but we're in some place that looks like a prison. In fact, I'd say that's exactly what it is. And they've just had a breakout. Whoever it was, they used our arrival as the distraction they needed to make their move. I'll keep looking for more information, but I hope the escapees are friendly.
Be careful, Commander.
A prison break? Maybe I should go back to the ship. Neural parasites. This must be where the Vaadwaur were implanted with those mind-controlling bugs. Neural parasites. Just as I suspected. Did you know that several Starfleet officers were infected by these in the mid-2360s? The Enterprise logs from that era are fascinating reading if you ever have a few dozen hours to spare.
I'll take a look at them later, Doctor. Continue, please.
If Gaul and the infected Vaadwaur were communicating with this station, it stands to reason that this may be the facility where the bluegill implantation takes place. We should definitely investigate further. If we can find the implantation room, then I should be able to analyze their equipment and gather more information. I don't believe it. The empirical evidence is right in front of me, but I'm actually having difficulty processing this information.
What is it?
This tech, this whole facility, it's iconian. There are variations on the norm, of course, because of the Solanae and Elachi influence, but I see distinct signs of their presence throughout the facility.
Iconians? Here, too?
The Iconians, as we know them, rarely reveal themselves. The only known interaction with an Iconian in modern history took place on Kronos, when... Wait, you were there! I don't need to explain that situation again. As I was saying, the Iconians don't like to act directly. They use servitor races, like the Elachi and the Solanae, to cause chaos in their name. And the neural parasites, they've bioengineered. Rather like the founders created the Jem'Hadar, but sophisticated enough to control another species, and with much less free will. The parasites are a weapon.
What about the Vaadwaur? They were active before the Iconians revealed themselves.
When Voyager revived the Vaadwaur, their technology was outdated compared to what other powers in the Delta Quadrant had at that time. Even the Kazon outdid them. But now, Vaadwaur technology is cutting edge. The only way they could have advanced so far, so fast, was by allying themselves with someone else. With the Iconians. The Vaadwaur got their tech upgrades from them, but they also got the neural parasites. The parasites gave the Vaadwaur power, but they gave the Iconians control. They were ultimately the ones pulling the strings. This entire war has been against an enemy we didn't even see.
That's the information we needed to find. Let's meet up with Commander Jarok and then get off this station. Right, let's return to the parasite chamber. Ah, there they are. Look at that. Ugh. What have we got to investigate? Let's see.
Some of this technology is ancient, but it's quite advanced. These parasites aren't a natural species at all. They look engineered. This is more like a factory than a laboratory.
Sir, I've taken some quick readings of those Elachi. They're showing some of the same energy signatures as a parasite-enhanced Vaadwaur, but they're fluctuating. The Elachi will be phasing in and out of invulnerability. We can beat them, we just have to pick the right moment. So we've got to attack the Elachi with the blue effects. Okay. Well, he's yellow, so... Oh, hang on. That works. Kind of. Gosh, they're powerful. I like it how the doc's just stood there. As long as his mobile emitter's okay, he'll be fine. Uh-oh. Almost got the shield down. Ooh. Got him. Oh, wow.
I am reaching up with the escapees, and they might be from the Alpha Quadrant. We found a dead Romulan in prisoner garb. He was part of the breakout, but I don't know if he was part of the Republic, or loyal to the Tal Shiar. Keep an eye out. The prisoners are headed in your direction.
Understood. We'll be ready for them.
Yeah, maybe we should avoid any potential contact with the prisoner? I think I've seen enough combat for today.
Oh, the suit's gone.
Humans, always showing up when you're least expected.
Is that Denise Crosby?
More Elachi.
Yep.
I don't think the Iconians want me to leave.
Oops, I was just shooting Admiral Sela. Thought she was an
Your
Elachi.
tenacity is almost admirable.
Nauseous gastro. Gosh. Whoa, vaporized him.
Looks like you could use a hand.
And now we have their leader's attention.
Ooh. Elachi Predator. Let's beam down some security. We got him. Yep. Oh wait, that's somebody in a piece of machinery by the looks of it. Strange. Although, not the strangest thing I've seen today, if I'm honest.
Sela! I should kill you where you stand. It would be justice for all the lives you've destroyed.
Calm down, Jarek.
And if you do, you'll never learn about the Iconians. I've been here for months. I've seen enough to know you need my help.
That could be very valuable information, Commander Jarek.
Fine, you interrogate her. I might get a little carried away. But she returns with me to the Lisette when you're finished here. Sela is a prisoner of the Romulan Republic. Your government can go through official channels if they want to talk to her.
Agreed. You can take custody of her once we're done.
You and this Sela person seem to have some history. I'll leave you to speak to her.
Not so fast. You have the weapons, but I have the information. If you want to learn what I know, you'll need to keep those Romulan rebels under control. You've stumbled into something much greater than you're prepared to handle. I'm the best ally you have.
Talk, then I'll decide what happens to you.
I assume you already know where you are. Both the Elachi and the Solanae serve the Iconians. The Elachi are their warriors, and the Solanae are their scientists. They're the ones who created those creatures implanted into the Vaadwaur.
The neuroparasites? Why did the Iconians use them here, but not on the Tal Shiar?
Hakiv joined the Iconians out of faith. He thought the Iconians would create an empire he could rule. That did not go as planned. This time the Iconians wanted to control their puppets. When the Vaadwaur asked for strength to defeat their enemies, the Iconians gave them the parasites. The Vaadwaur had strength, but also strings. Strings that have now been cut. I'm sure you had something to do with that.
Yes, alongside an alliance of the Romulan Republic and the Klingon Empire.
All three of you working together? The world has changed in my absence. Or were the Vaadwaur that much of a threat to the Alpha Quadrant?
Actually, we're in the Delta Quadrant now.
That explains some things. I'd love an escort back to the world at large, but I have a feeling you have some questions first. Will I be taken into your custody, or will I be left to Tiaru's tender mercies?
We have agreed that in the spirit of cooperation, Commander Jarek will take custody. She is under strict orders to deliver you directly to Alliance Command. You will not be harmed.
Very well. It's not like I have a choice in the matter, do I?
I have a few more questions for you.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Do the Iconians have a weakness?
Hubris. The Iconians think they are the rulers of the galaxy. They thought so 200,000 years ago, when they were driven off their homeworld by the fire of 1,000 races allied against them. They think so now, when they look at us and see us as children stumbling in the dark. They do not see our strength, our willingness to fight. Use their hubris against them, and the Iconians will fall.
Good to know. Let's get off this station.
It's not like...
We're finished here, Captain. Sela is safely in the brig of the Lisette, although I think there will be a lot of negotiations between the Republic and the Federation before we know what will happen to her. Until then, we should report our findings to Admiral Tuvok and Alliance Command. Wow, so we caught Admiral Sela.
We have Empress Sela in our brig. When she was taken by the Iconians last year, many of my people thought she would get away with her heinous crimes against the galaxy. With her in my brig, I am happy to know that is no longer a possibility. Of course, I understand that the Romulan Republic's claim on her is not unique. Her crimes are against all of the Alpha Quadrant. To that end, I will ensure that she be made available to all the Alliance leaders for interrogation and debriefing.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd call a walk in the park. At least we know exactly how the Iconians were controlling the Vaadwaur, and you've certainly put a crimp in their plans. On the upside, as a photonic life form, I'm immune to any attempts at subversion by neural parasites. I'll see to the care of the captives we've rescued. In the meantime, it sounds like you and the Romulan Republic Command have a lot to talk about. Sela certainly has a story to tell, but should we believe all of it? I'll put a bug in Admiral Janeway's ear about the situation. That was a joke, by the way. You're going to be busy. Don't overdo... Oh, who am I kidding? Command officers never take their doctor's advice. Just remember that you're not in this alone. Good luck. I suspect things are starting to get interesting.
Sir, the fleet has sent intelligence ships to comb the outpost for more information on the Iconian involvement. We're cleared to return to normal space on your command. Ooh, intelligence ships. That'll be Section 31 then, won't it? Cool. I'll say one thing for Sela. When she puts a scheme together, she doesn't think small. For now, her fate lies in the hands of the diplomatic corps. Starfleet will be in touch once they've learned more.
There's something interesting.
Well, that was certainly an interesting episode. Oh cool, there's a Sovereign class. So the Admiral Sela story arc has done a complete circle, really. We caught up with her again, arrested her, and now she's in custody. It was strange seeing the Elachi, and I'm glad I looked it up because it was doing my head in. I couldn't remember where I'd seen them before, and yeah, Enterprise. The episode, if you're interested, is called Silent Enemy, and it's from Season 1. We now only have one more mission left of the Delta Quadrant series. I can't wait to see how it concludes. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to be notified of any future episodes, hit that subscribe button. Bye for now.